Hi, this is Louie Mack.
And you're listening to
the Vulgar Parenting Podcast.
Episode 16. What's up? This is Scotty Boombox, and you're listening to the Vulgar Parenting Podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Back again. We curse, we drink, we laugh, and we parent. This is the Vulgar Parenting Podcast. Thank you for listening. Subscribe now on iTunes. Give us that 5-star rating, and we will read it on air no matter what it says. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/thevp podcast. Follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at Vulgar Parenting. Email us, vulgarparenting@gmail.com. And of course, check out everything we do at vulgarparenting.com. The Vulgar Parenting Podcast is produced by SHS Audio Department. Check out shsaudiodepartment.com for all your pro audio needs, including DJ services, audiobook and podcast production, music production and music licensing, multimedia services, and creative consulting. Check out shsaudiodepartment.com. This episode is brought to you by our sponsors at Technically Speaking, the YouTube channel that is a must-subscribe for anyone that loves rants, raves, and reviews on technology, from audio and video gear to smartphones, from Google to Apple and apps. Peachy and Greg are producing weekly content for all the tech lovers out there at youtube.com/technically speaking. Go now, leave them a comment that you heard about this fantastic channel on the Vulgar Parenting Podcast. And back again, fellas. We did it. Look, Mama, we made it. We got another 5-star one.
Yes, sir.
The 5-star review is in. Katie, which after I read the review, I did not believe it was a Katie that wrote this. I believe it was written just that it would be read on air, which is what we said. I mean, that is what
those are the deals.
That's exactly what we
Keep them
promised.
coming.
Last week in episode 15, we were roasted by Big D SWAT. Hey, thanks, Big D SWAT. Great. Thanks for the 5-star rating. That's right. As long as you give us that 5-star, you can say whatever you want, unless I, in turn, will read it, unless it's really bad, and then I'll make Choops read it.
Cool.
Katie, or Peachy, writes, Boombox and Company rock my world. Yep. Boombox and Company make the loins of the nether regions engorged to rock hard levels. That's when I knew it wasn't a Katie.
Why?
Rock hard levels. Engorged to rock hard levels.
I don't know any chicks that say rock hard. They have videos. It's called Chicks with Dicks. Carry on.
Okay, Katie.
Okay, Katie.
Life Coach Choops is a difference maker. Ayo.
Bingo.
There he is.
See, and I just saved
smiling,
Katie right there.
Smiling. All
and
smiles
I
in this
saved
booth.
Katie.
Yep. Never thought Choops would be that big of a fan of Chicks with Dicks, but now, ear to ear. Katie, what's up?
Keep those 5 stars coming, girl.
She continues. President Miller is a man among boys.
This chick with a dick has a big one.
Yep. And Scotty Boombox is the man I aspire to be when I grow up. Katie, you just said you're a man that you aspire to be. So, I don't know.
Is it Carl?
Carl? It's always Carl with you. I love how it's always Carl. Carl with a K.
It plays.
Katie, thank you for the 5-star review, and thanks to all of our listeners. A lot of them fantastic folks around the world. You guys ready to get right into it?
Let's do it.
What's up?
As a vulgar parent, I often ask myself, what's up with these headlines? But I couldn't help but get distracted because when I played the drop,
What's up?
I was reminded of a amazing mistake I made.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I've never known Scott Shelton to make mistakes.
Oh, see, I know. So polished. Just polished.
Carry on.
Well said.
I like to.
Well done. I like that.
Laugh at your failures.
So, congratulations, Mickey, Jenna. They got married over the weekend, finally. Mickey, after 13 years together. Way to hold out, brother.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. SHS Audio Department had that DJ gig.
That's right. SHS Audio Department still bringing that.
Ooh.
Snapping necks, cashing checks. SHS Audio Department.
Nice.
Lovely.
So, that's the marketing team didn't like that. That was the slogan I was going to go with first. But
do they get a percentage off if they mention the Vulgar Parenting Podcast? Like kind of a coupon thing, like mention, like you know how like
at
mention
checkout,
this,
at checkout.
get 10% off of DJ services.
If they heard about the DJ services through the Vulgar Parenting Podcast, I'm concerned that the relationship's probably not going to work and that the wedding is probably going to be a shit show. So yes, then I absolutely book it. Yes.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. So Mickey and Jenna, congratulations, they get married. I'm doing my thing. I'm DJing. I'm in this sweet location out in this, beautiful Django Unchained looking plantation place. Shout out to Burrs for pointing that out online under a nice wedding photo I posted. My buddy Burrs is like, looks like Django Unchained. Still beautiful though. I was like, I might erase that. Nah, it's too good.
Nope.
Anyway, so I'm queuing up a song. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. My finger slip. I hit this.
What's up?
600 watts of power. Asking the crowd,
What's up?
And
Now,
everyone turns
is it
to
during-
look like, what the
is
fuck
it-
is up with this fucking DJ? What the fuck is he drunk?
Is it during because you could play it off if it's during the whole dancing portion of it because you're like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Like you play it off,
And then I just trigger it. And just,
yeah, you
what?
know.
What?
Like
What?
that
What?
Maybach music.
Yeah,
Like
right.
some-
Like,
Exactly.
It's mine.
At the end of the day, though, it's still some Baba Booey shit.
It's Baba Booey. Yeah, exactly, dude. So a bunch of people turned. It was not during the ceremony.
Okay, that's a
Thankfully.
plus.
Yeah.
At what point of the wedding was it?
People were not drunk and dancing yet. It was like during a dinner portion.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not what you're supposed to.
It was
You have nice melodic
yeah, like
casual
classic
music.
dinner music is playing. Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. What's up? And they're like, what the fuck is up, you jackass? What are you doing? We're at a wedding right now. Like, who hired this guy? I'm like, hey guys, just friend of the groom. Fucking asshole. All right. Speaking of terrible mistakes made by men, let's get into it.
What's up?
Oh, this is one of the most fantastic headlines I've read in a while. It reads, semen-contaminated flutes might have been given to children. California school officials warn. Wow. Several school districts in Southern California warned parents this weekend that flutes and recorders given to children through a nonprofit music program may have been contaminated with bodily fluids. At least one district specified that those fluids could have been semen.
I feel like this is a lot of allegedly and not a lot of. I need facts.
Well,
here.
it's because it's a teacher, and you can never be. Teachers are like cops. You can't be definitive with them. They allegedly shot this person, or they allegedly put semen.
Unions.
It's all unions.
It's all unions.
Yeah.
So local, state, and federal agencies. Okay, so they called on everybody. Whoa.
Everybody.
This couldn't just be one team's job. They had to get
No.
SEAL Team 6 on this shit.
Well, when you're talking about semen flutes,
When are we not talking about semen flutes?
That's true.
Hey-o. Local, state, and federal agencies were investigating a male music teacher who visited schools in Southern California through a program called Flutes Across the World. Very funny now. According to updates from the Saugus Union School District, which serves the Santa Clarita area. So then they go on to describe what these flutes are, which is the funniest thing ever. A flute-like musical instrument made of blah, 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 blah.
made a PVC pipe.
Yeah, PVC pipe or bamboo.
Like who the
So
hell's
basically-
drilling out PVC pipe, splooging on it, and giving it to kids?
Or in it.
Or in it, or on it, or like,
In or around
I mean,
it.
but I'm with you. It sounded like this was like a really good PR stunt gone wrong for Flutes Across the World. Like this is not how you want to get folks into your brand.
Right.
But it says that this is a nonprofit. They're trying to. I mean, I appreciate
Yeah, you're trying to
the
get
effort.
music
You're
around.
trying to get music into these schools that don't have music for
But
shit.
one bad apple will ruin the
And
bunch.
one bad skeet ruin your life.
Yeah.
To all our
Yeah.
listeners out there,
This
if
could've been
you
a
buy
rap.
us a flute, I will play it on air.
Ooh, I like that.
I will.
If you get one of these semen flutes
Yep.
sent to
Yes,
us,
it has to be a semen flute.
It has
if
to be a
you
semen
get
flute.
President Miller a semen flute,
But
he will go
here's-
fucking Jethro Tull on
I
that
feel
shit.
like this is almost a vulgar parenting issue more so than it is a what's up issue, because like if somebody gives me, if I had a child and somebody gave something that's supposed to go in or around my child's lips, like I feel like I would clean it. I would do something like spray it down with
Yeah.
some Lysol or
Listen.
something. Like
Yeah.
I don't know where this has been. I'm not just,
I don't know. Now it's got me thinking, because I'm a sucker for like putting my pen in my mouth. And what if the people are big or just like jizzing all over every pen and then putting it in a package?
Maybe that's why I like to put them in your mouth.
Ooh.
Ding.
Salty. Is it? How do you know though?
How do you? That's the one thing I never understood. Why when dudes say, "Does it taste salty?" Like how do you know that?
How do you know that it tastes salty, brother?
Anyway,
All right, let's move it along.
stay away from the flukes.
What's up?
Stay away from the flutes. This is a fantastic, heartwarming what's up because this has happened to me before. Not in this fantastic fashion, though. Woman finds scratch on her car with an apology note, $40 and half a joint. Not going to lie, when I first read this, Choops, what is the first thing I texted?
Shit, I don't remember. This was like a few days ago.
I asked Miller, why'd you hit that person's car? This is a classic Miller move. Miller leaving half-smoked joints all over the place.
And a 40 though.
And a 40.
$40.
$40.
That's
Too
generally
funny.
about the amount of cash I carry on me, about $40.
So Mandy Shepard says she found an envelope stuck on her car's left side mirror as she was driving home. She left work. She noticed a scratch on her bumper. There wasn't a note in sight, so she started to drive home when she noticed the left side mirror unadjusted. She found an envelope rolled up in a baggie. Quote, I was laughing so hard on the way home that somebody took the time to leave me a note and leave me money and half a joint. Now, there are two pieces of paper. There's like a pink slip, and the pink slip reads, sorry for the scratch, man.
Frowny
With a
face.
Frowny face. The other one says, it's in the plastic. This is like a piece of paper, like it has been ripped, right? Hey, I am truly very sorry. Or excuse me. Hey, I am very sorry. Truly, I am such a dumbass. Please forgive me. Half a joint smoked. Amazing. Okay, so talk about
Hilarious.
not knowing, these kids didn't know where these flutes came from. Might be covered in semen. You don't know where this joint came from. Are you smoking the joint, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, smoking the joint.
I
This
don't
dude, you can tell by
smoke,
this dude's. I know
so-
you don't smoke that, and
Right.
that's not. But you can tell by this dude's
But
spelling.
I would bet
this is some good
I would
shit.
So
I would
first off,
double
though-
down on that 40 that both of you guys would smoke that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
off,
dude.
though.
Yeah.
First off, though. By the
With the insurance
emoji,
agent.
frown face,
Frown face.
and the heart, and
yeah.
I'm not trying to be sexist here, and the penmanship,
Yeah.
that's a girl.
Yeah.
Dude, it's totally a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a girl.
It's a yeah, excellent. Excellent take. Yeah, I didn't think that because usually I give most dumb things credit to guys, Like
Right.
if you did something stupid, it's usually the guy that did it. Usually the guy.
9 times out of
we-
10,
we have- yeah. But dude,
What did Tosh say? Daniel Tosh, though, one day said 100% of all accidents are not done by women, but they're caused by women.
okay. So maybe she was parked too close. It was,
Right.
It was probably her fault.
I'm just saying.
Her fault. Her
I'm
fart.
impressed with her for smoking because she's like obviously frantic, like messed up. She's like, I gotta light a joint. I gotta calm down. And then she goes, maybe I should give this person because they're gonna be upset
They're
too.
gonna be upset
The
too.
other
Give them
half.
a chance to calm
Giving
down.
them a chance. To
My
calm
hope is that this woman literally just posted this on the internet and that's how the news heard about it, because I'm hoping that this woman was like, someone left me $40 and a joint. Let's call the fucking news. Like, what?
I
feel like
I
the
would
news
hope
is
that she
changing, like, the
posted
news
that
is
on
changing.
Twitter or something like that,
Yeah.
and people ran with it.
It's all about
Yeah.
clicks, man. What gets
Tag,
Oh, absolutely.
Tag the Colorado,
you think back in
region
the,
in it.
in the 60s or 70s or even 80s, the Wall Street Journal would ever post anything about semen-infected flutes? No. It's
No.
up there
It's
for
another
clicks.
person trying to put down the goddamn music department.
That's
You
right.
know, haven't we already given up enough money to sports and computer classes? God damn it.
Maybe it's fake news.
Dude, it sounds like fake news. It sounds like someone,
The flutes.
yeah. I think the flute is a fake
Possibly,
story.
yeah.
I think it's a fake story. I
there was
legitimately-
way too many possibility.
It was possibly in
here,
one.
possibly here.
Possibly.
Like,
it could have been a jilted
that's a lot
lover.
of semen to cover all of those flutes.
They didn't have a.
Because if it's in
they didn't have
12 different school districts, that's hundreds or thousands of PVC pipes.
There's a website for everybody.
It was not a positive test. It's not like they found jizz DNA of
Yeah.
this guy and he did it.
Yeah.
But whatever. All right, we're gonna keep on because we have an exciting update.
What's up?
Ryanair passenger filmed.
It's back.
It's back,
Back at
baby.
it.
Ryanair back at it again with
Favorite
the
airline.
Ryanair sex acts.
Oh.
A Ryanair passenger filmed, quote, performing sex act on her lover during a flight in front of a shocked traveler, and a Morris couple have been caught appearing to engage in a sex act while on board a Ryanair flight. The pair took advantage of the extra space in the emergency exit seats. Great choice, by the way. One, I want to save your life. Two, I got room for a hand job. The pair took advantage of the extra space in the emergency exit seats as the woman looks to be performing the act on her lover. With his head back against the seat, the woman appears to be using her hand underneath the woman's clothing. But, of course, the person sharing that same aisle recorded it and uploaded it to YouTube.
I like how it says many people have been commenting not on the act itself, but on the amount of legroom the pair have bagged.
Dude,
Like,
absolutely.
Who
Look at
cares
that
about
room.
the hand job? Look at that legroom.
I
That
was just
looks so
concerned
comfortable.
about the photo of all the flutes on their carry-on bag.
Just doing
And
God's
it
work.
comes
here.
around.
God's work. We cannot get off the semen fluid in
See,
every article.
And I appreciate the Ryanair. I mean, I appreciate the name. I appreciate that it seems like a no holds barred airline. If I'm ever flying and have the option to fly Ryanair, I will choose to do so.
Yes.
Apparently, anything goes.
Yeah, but
It's like
the one that I have.
it's like
I
a-
have.
It's like a bachelor party limo in the sky.
I have a little bit of a problem with is I feel like it doesn't quite meet the standard that was set on a old "What Would Dad Say" segment.
Because they're young lovers in love, right? It's not, he's not a, that they just met.
Yeah,
And
well,
that he was on a
and there was
bachelor
a
party or something.
backstory.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
he
whole
was on a
bachelor party.
bachelor party. She was
Yeah.
a mother of 3, and they met at the airport bar and decided to go to Pound Town.
Gotta give this lady a lot of credit though,
Oh, yeah.
because she's really meeting the needs of her quote unquote lover. I mean, the article
Yeah.
says lover. I mean, it could be, there's you could fill in a whole backstory. That'd be a whole other podcast. But dude,
We could
she's like, listen,
episode 17.
I don't want you to have to wait until this is not illegal. I'm there for you, bud.
Just gives them the HJ.
The HJ.
the HJ.
But
And they're not
Ugh.
being. I mean, they're kind of being discreet in the photo. He appears to have like a jacket or a coat over his lap, while her hand is underneath it. I mean, so she might just be like itching the inside of his leg
repeatedly.
repeatedly. He has
Listen,
like poison ivy down there.
She looked
Miller-
over and
Miller.
whispered in his ear and said, "Buckle up, Buttercup. You're in for a good old-fashioned Western grip hand job."
Western grip. I like that. I like the Western
Well, it was in
grip.
Europe, so it would be an Eastern, right?
Okay.
Oh, it is.
Eastern.
Yeah, they don't know what that is. Maybe they're tourists abroad. These are obviously Americans.
Obviously.
Miller, you are across the aisle. On the other side of the camera behind you
Yeah.
is your son. You're there as a parent. What do? Do you say something?
No.
You're straight up.
Do you record it,
Do you record it?
I don't know.
or
if
do you at least like Snapchat it? Like you do. You guys aren't
you-
gonna.
Yeah, obviously you two are getting something, but I'm noticing that there's an empty seat. I think I'm going and just sitting right there for a second. Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, you're gonna slide over.
Slide over.
Yeah,
And see if maybe
I'm gonna
she
get-
gives
maybe
you
she
one.
goes
Yeah,
skiing.
maybe she goes.
Maybe
I mean-
she goes skiing. Like yeah.
Double shake weight.
I don't
That's
know.
right.
I mean, like, I just feel like that would be the funny thing to do is to just sit down right next to him and just be like, "Hey guys."
I feel like I would not do that. I wouldn't like be disgusted or like make
I
a
don't
scene in the sense of like I wouldn't like snitch, but I would definitely like give them some shit about it. Like, get it, girl, come
But you're
on,
also-
dog.
Yeah, dude, you'd be cheering.
Oh, I
could see
would
you cheering.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd buy him around. I'd be like, waitress, and then she'd be like, I'm a fucking stewardess, asshole. But
But you're also
Like, Stuart-
talking to the guy who has asked someone, "Hey, what kind of breed of child is that? Because I see you have them on a leash." You know, like they had like that backpack with the leash thing on, and so I was like, "What the fuck?" I've never seen it. I'd heard about it before, but I'd never seen it. And at Target, I saw someone with it, so I just fucking asked him, "Hey, what breed of child is that?" Because I see they're on a leash.
I hope to God it wasn't a mixed race couple.
No, they were all white,
I think,
and they were
only-
waddling. So, you know.
They weren't chasing that kid down.
No, they weren't chasing that kid down, and they
You would
certainly
never
weren't
put your
chasing
kid on a leash.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
dude. No,
Come on.
no.
No.
I can't wait
Come
till
on.
you have kids, dude.
I know. It's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be so.
You
I can't
never,
have to
like,
fucking
your kids
chronicle
running
it. I can't
around,
wait to fucking chronicle
and you just
it.
didn't want to like zoop.
And there's gonna be a whole fucking different segment where you're actually becoming a parent, and
Yeah.
we're gonna play you advice that you said the year before, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
Fuck.
And I'm gonna stand true
I
to
lo-
everything I said.
Of course, my daughter can hunt. I love her.
She can do
No.
anything.
My daughter can't hunt.
Oh my god! All right, this has been.
What's up?
Oh my God. Well, speaking of fantastic advice, it is time to roll out the red carpet for our local life coach. Still on payroll here. Choops, are you feeling good about this week?
Somehow I'm still on payroll.
Somehow still on
Because
payroll.
I feel like you guys make fun of my advice every time, yet you keep throwing questions at me.
Do you see how this works out, though?
That's just
See
to
how
make
this
you
is-
feel
yeah,
bad.
yeah, exactly. That's just to make you feel bad.
That's right.
I love your work, but I mean, I don't want you to feel good about it.
All right, let's get into it. Guiding life. In Guiding Life, 3 lucky listeners have been selected to receive parenting and relationship advice from the life coach, Ryan Choops. Get your life guided by sending your questions to Coach Choops at Ryan C. Life Coach on Twitter or email ryanchoopslifecoach@gmail.com. Get your life right at ryanchoopslifecoach.com. All right, here we go. First up, Dram Deval. I think that's how you're supposed to say. Any guesses on how to say this name?
Works for me.
At Dramdeval. Dramdeval. At any rate, big fan of the show. Shout out to you. She writes, I can't stand my boyfriend's 12-year-old daughter's lack of manners and hygiene. I see it as a parenting fail. How do I get past this?
Ooh.
This is a loaded one. I love it. This is great. Well, shout out. Thanks for writing. Thanks for your support. She has been retweeting us. I mean, giving us lots of love. So, Dram Deval, I hope to God I'm saying that right. If not, you can tweet us a recording of how the hell to say it right, and we'll get it right next time. But, okay, so she's in a relationship, right? Her boyfriend has a 12-year-old daughter who she believes has a lack of manners and hygiene. She's trying to get over the fact that she sees it as a parenting fail on her boyfriend.
Which
How
is
do-
a reflection of him.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
how does she get past it? Coach Choops.
Oh, how do you get past that? Like, I don't know which is worse, manners or hygiene. I mean, neither of them are things that I'm.
It's a real fucking double whammy.
No, it absolutely
For sure.
is.
For sure.
I guess that part of it, you sit there and I'm like, with the hygiene part at least, I'm like crossing my fingers that mom's not in this daughter's life. And it's just this poor guy that's like trying to raise this 12-year-old by himself and like
Yeah.
maybe doesn't know, you know, like I'm sure there are things that girls do that I don't have to do in the shower and stuff like that for hygiene. Like I
Yeah.
have a bar of soap and a bottle of shampoo and that is it.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Nice. All
like
right.
there's no face wash, there's nothing like that. I own a toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant.
Fascinating.
Yeah, like
Good.
that's it. That's all I got. So like
No lotion?
no lotion.
Yikes.
Wow. A little ashy. Okay. So,
Psh, come on now.
okay. So first off,
I don't own
do
chapstick.
you think she's right
I-
for
I
seeing it
think-
as an issue?
No, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
But like I'm saying, I'm trying to play off the hygiene as maybe there isn't a woman in her life. And this is a chance for Dram Deval, hey, like maybe there's a chance to show your worth to the man and be like, let me
it up.
teach your girl
Ooh, I
how to
like that
scrub
angle.
the pits,
I like that angle.
be a
Step
lady,
it up,
how to be
yeah.
a lady.
Yeah.
Manners, on the other hand, like boys fucking up. Like you need to like, and
Yeah.
especially like I don't know, in most situations, I sit there and say it's at least in my household. Like my dad was always the one that like was cracking the whip, and like
Yep.
you've got your daughter, you're a single father, like she needs to be the number one priority, but great, raising her to be a respectable young lady, that's on you. Like, yeah, no, for sure. And I think that that's something you should broach that subject with
And
them.
even just a human.
Yeah.
right?
No,
like,
absolutely.
Like manners is not. Yeah, I mean,
I think what we're trying to say here, Drum, is don't get past it. Work
No,
on
absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Work
not.
it. Work it. If
And
you
that's
love
the
him,
other
is the
thing
wrong
is like
word.
if you're gonna plan on being with this guy for, this foreseeable future, this girl's gonna be in your life.
right.
And I think that's absolutely something that you need to take into account.
now I will say, as a dad of a daughter,
Yeah.
right, it can be a little bit much. I have never had long hair. My daughter has long hair. I have struggled, to, present it right. Like you brush it, you try and put the bows and the shit in it.
No,
and
for
I'm,
sure.
And I'm the one who takes her to school every day, so it's like when she shows up and I let her pick out her outfit and her hair's fucked up, I'm like, okay, that's something I got to work on.
Yeah, for sure.
But now she's 12, right? She's probably a little more autonomous. She's giving a little lip. She's almost, she's definitely like, that whole like preteen thing.
And I don't know what age girls start having, the monthly cycle and stuff like that.
This is probably right around that time.
She's getting close.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Or
saying,
if,
like,
or
if,
there.
if not already, yeah.
when Lena hits that point, obviously in 10 years, but
Yeah.
like
I-
that's going to be a Whitney conversation. I feel like.
Oh, that's definitely a Whitney conversation. I mean,
So-
I will say whatever the fuck I need to say if it's not being handled. But
Yeah,
sure.
but like no, but
But it's
that's my
definitely
thing. Like that's
a
something
woman's
that's like a
conversation.
woman's conversation, and maybe she just hasn't had that. Is my point there? Like maybe like she just needs some
yeah.
womanly advice, and if mom is around, then maybe she wasn't a very good mom, and that's why your man left her.
Yeah, I think you raise a good point, though. It's not that you get past it. If you're serious about this guy, maybe you take her aside, you give her some advice, say, hey, listen.
Yeah. Well,
certain
and also,
thing-
I don't know if have they been together for 6 months? Have they been together for 3 years? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I think if she's gonna tweet out about it, then
It's probably
she
serious.
cares.
It's-
Yeah.
it's-
No, for sure she
yeah,
cares.
she cares.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think she's interested.
Then I think that the manners you need to bring up with the man, and then the hygiene, I would pull her aside and do a lady on lady. Let me teach you how to do it right.
Yeah. And
One day you're gonna want to get some boys. Boys
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like girls with stinky armpits or
and
whatever.
I've had to do it as like an instructor. It's never easy to tell someone like,
As
hey,
an instructor,
as a teacher, you have that stinky student.
I've had to do it as a
that-
boss.
That yeah, like if you get into like a management situation or an instructor,
like you need to start
situation,
brushing your teeth.
it sucks. There's nothing worse than being like, hey, you come in here, I don't know, whatever. Maybe
What funk you got on?
Played basketball before you got here, but that's what everyone thinks, and
Yeah.
if that's wrong, you need to put in some more personal time because it's a distraction. And
It's going to affect you in your professional
exactly,
life eventually as well.
exactly.
You're
my
doing this
point.
girl a favor.
Yeah, you're doing her a favor. You're saying professionally and just as amongst peers and all these others. You got to have that combo.
Yeah.
I coached AAU basketball for sixth graders a couple years back, and they all smelled terrible. And the head coach and myself, we intentionally scheduled practice.
Was that you? Was that you and Rick Pitino?
Yeah. After we had an amazing team. That was on me. He didn't know anything about it.
Cash,
That was on me.
Adidas.
But anyway, we intentionally scheduled practice after the girls because they showed up stinking. The boys did. They smelled terrible coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we played it off like, all these girls over here that you're all staring at, watching and finish their practice.
Yeah.
They're coming over to you and you already stink. If you want them to pay any attention.
Yeah.
And then
Scrub them pits.
Yeah.
I remember when I was like, I don't know how old you are, like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, when you were like, those pits actually start getting ripe.
Yeah.
I remember my mom I would like take a shower. My mom would just like, let me smell them pits. And I'd lift my arm up and she'd go, back in the shower, keep scrubbing.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Love that.
Hygiene.
Mom. Shout out.
All about the
Give
hygiene.
Mom's a little shout out right there.
Shout out to Julie on
did
that
it
one.
stop at the pits?
It did stop at the pits. But let me tell you this, thanks to these fresh pits, lacquered in deodorant.
Lacquer.
Got so many ladies. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Shout out, Mom. You made your son a man.
Good look
whore.
out.
Ladies, man.
All right. Drum Duval, hope that helps. Again, just to recap, you're right for feeling it. And
For sure.
press him to address the manners, and maybe you can get a little invested in her life by
Boom.
helping out with the hygiene.
Boom.
Shout out again, Drum Duval. Thanks for your support. Love you. Here we go. Next up, Andy from Indy.
And
Andy
it
from
rhymes. I like it.
Andy from Indy. He writes in, Coach, My husband allows his 18-year-old son. Okay, so first off, Andy's a woman.
Yep.
Well, you know what? No. Look, I just went a little old school. I just showed my age there. Andy can be a man and still have a husband.
For
Yep.
sure.
Look at me. Okay.
It's 2017.
Personal growth moment right there.
Right.
Personal growth moment. Okay. See, I just showed my age.
we go.
I'm a little old, but I'm not opposed to change. Andy from Many writes in, Coach, my husband allows his 18-year-old son from a previous marriage to drink beer at home with him. I do not agree. Should I get over it, or do I say something? Wow. Alcohol, something you know a little bit about.
I've had a few beers in my time.
Okay. Again, I like that there is the question of, do I just get over it? Because
Yeah.
these relationships are like, is this, where do I pick my battles? Is this a
Yeah.
battle I
Is this
pick?
yeah.
Is this a battle that Andy picks?
Well, and the thing that I find weird about it is he sits there and says, my husband. So I'm assuming that you guys have been married and been together,
For a while
probably
now,
since
yeah.
this kid
They have an 18
was a young
Yeah,
a teenager.
so
So you've been a part of this.
You have a little cachet with the kid.
I find it weird that your husband would not bring this up with you, or that it wasn't brought up between the two of you, because like it's a house that you guys share.
Yeah.
It's technical. Is it legal or illegal for a parent to give their children alcohol?
At 18,
I thought there's like rules about it. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, on one end, you sit there and say, man, if the kid's going to drink, at least he's doing it at home and not out driving around at 18 years old.
Exactly.
Like,
kid's gonna do it.
yeah, the kid's going to do it. So on one end, you're like, well, that's cool. But on the other end, like, I feel like you don't have to support it either.
I think that's a good point. I think it's really about, well, what happens?
Yeah.
Does the kid drink a beer or two and then the dad cuts him off, or are they
Yeah.
getting shit faced together? If they're getting shit faced
That's
together,
weird.
trust me from personal experience, that's a fucking issue. Then
Yeah.
then you end up growing up with a fucking drinking problem. If dad is showing restraint, controlled drinking,
Right.
that's the
True.
type of habits you could have. Like I've seen it in like my like in-laws and like my own family. You have a drink at home with your parents, you're kind of showing them how to do it right before
Yeah.
you. I mean, dude, when I went to school at OSU, I think we had 20 dudes on our floor. 11 dudes dropped out by the third quarter. Like over half of them didn't make it.
Yeah, because
and
they
you could
can't-
tell the kid that didn't fucking know what the fuck to do, right?
With the beer in their
Holy
hand.
shit, I've never had this kind of freedom ever.
Yeah.
And as soon as they got it, they went ape shit.
Right.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
absolutely fucking ape shit. And then what? Now you're a college dropout? Like, you gotta like ramp up to it, right?
Right. No, I totally agree. I mean, in this case, do I think you should get over it or say anything?
And
I would say
if it's
probably neither. I would just, it's a part
If
of the
it's
life.
it's Monday night and they're watching a football game and cracking open a Budweiser, whatever, that doesn't bother me. If it is like a rampant problem where they're out like
Yeah, they're getting hammered.
they're getting hammered,
Yeah,
crushing a
not good.
18 pack or something like that on a regular basis, then yeah, that's something that you need to
Yeah.
curtail.
All right, Andy. So the coach
We
tells
need
you-
more details.
It depends.
It depends.
To me, and it sounds like to my co-host, it's okay if you having a couple beers in a controlled setting that doesn't result in people getting wasted. If they're getting blitzed, yeah, don't get over it.
No.
You should say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's bad news. Because he's just making more work for you.
For sure.
When your kid's 20 and he's bailed out,
Right.
bad look.
Right.
All right.
All right,
Interesting one here. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I know you're biting.
Yeah.
You're chomping at the bit
All right,
here.
so-
So we have one from
Here's a good
In-house.
one.
In-house.
An in-house submission.
In-house submission.
Take it away, Prez.
by myself, President Miller. President Miller writes in, Coach, this week we saw a post on Instagram that said, I'd like to listen, but Scott, Boombox, not Miller, is my cousin's ex-husband.
Yep.
And she said a couple other things, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Go- oh, yeah, you got it here?
You got it up?
I
All right, you got it up.
Danny Ohio commented on our friends at the True Crime Garage podcast, on the captain's personal Instagram page. She wrote, "Man, ... I really wish I could listen to this, but Scott is my cousin's ex-husband. Thumbs down emoji. Small world, though." So Captain screen captures it and sends it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, he did it.
Yeah, I wasn't following that shit that hard. I mean, I'm not that much into comments about myself, but
on
he screen caps it, boom, sends it right over.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
So,
Do you know who it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
I think she should listen.
Danielle
if she,
Harlow, I
if
think
she
her name is?
wants to, she should listen. Fuck that. What do you think?
I mean, I'm always going to say you should listen.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
that's,
it is.
I mean,
There it is.
Yeah, you should absolutely listen. But
I think the question is, do you hold a decade-old grudge
what's
to the
grudge?
extent? Okay, because
I
I'm
mean-
gonna fight. I'm gonna say some shit here. Why not? Fucking let's tee it off.
But to
Right.
me, the reason why
You're gonna
I
hold
mean,
a 10-year
I
old
know
grudge. You're
there's-
not gonna listen to a fucking podcast, and then you're gonna put me on blast on the fucking internet because I divorced your fucking cousin a decade ago.
Yeah, but it's
Get the
not
fuck
like
outta
it
here with that
was.
shit. I love it.
And I know the story, and we're not going to get into the story. Maybe that's another story time one day.
It's story time. Bling, 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 bling. And then I drop it. I'm like, thanks, guys. Well, I'm
know
glad you asked.
I know it happened because it was a funny story, but it's not like it was your fault that you guys got a divorce.
Well, it was my choice. I definitely divorced her.
Yeah,
Like,
but it
I
was
left her.
because
No,
of
I'm
what
not. I'm not. Yeah. Sure.
So, to me, I sit there and be like, man, we can still be friends.
But then I take a long distance look 10 years later through a fucking Instagram comment, and I'm like, well, it was probably my fault.
Listen.
Because that's the theme of my life.
At the end of the day, it was actually probably your friend's fault. Because all of us at the bachelor party, one in particular said, "Show of hands, who's actually for this wedding?"
Oh my God.
And no hands went up.
Didn't Phil say that
Except
at
for
the
yours.
reception? Phil said that at the reception after we left.
That
Wait.
was the second time.
Oh, that was the second time
He said it at
voted?
the bachelor
He
party.
called a vote.
He
Yeah.
called a vote.
Yeah.
It was just like the core of us. It was just
Yeah.
a few of us.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Who's actually for this wedding?" No hands went up except yours.
I had to vote for myself.
And like, no part of this like made you second think it. She isn't going to be able to listen because she won't listen because
I mean, I'm hesitant to. I don't know. I guess I'm a lot softer on it now because it's 10 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't wish any ill will on
No,
Lauren.
for sure not.
I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she offers a lot to the world. It just, we were the perfect storm. It didn't work out. We were
Cool.
not wired
Yeah.
the same.
no, for
right?
sure.
You can't
Right.
take hurricane and
I don't
Yeah.
think that there's any girl that I've ever dated that if I walked
We
past,
joke-
I
yeah,
would
absolutely, absolutely.
put the blinders on and act like I didn't see.
Oh,
it.
there's a couple
Yeah.
for me.
I mean,
I
like,
would always say what's up, like
no
because it
lie.
didn't work. It was probably my fault anyway.
Let's let the cat out of the bag, right? Like, no lie. Like,
Are you gonna
the anonymous choops? Since now we're just straight up using you for advice on
Yeah.
air,
Yeah.
for my life, because that's really what this. That's how you got the fucking nickname. That's why I made you a fucking website.
That's
But-
right.
Right? Like,
So anonymous from a couple weeks ago.
yeah, like
was
she's a beautiful
Scotty
woman.
Boombox.
I'm not like, she was great, I guess, to some people, but I'm not really gonna take the hard line and be like, no, fuck her. Like,
no, for sure not.
No,
but
she was not a bad person.
at
Sure.
any rate, I kind of won though. I feel like I won with the next comment. I wrote her back.
Oh, you did respond back on
Oh,
it.
I did respect. Okay.
Nice.
I said
I didn't know this.
I replied through so it wasn't from my personal account. I used
It
that
was
fucking-
through the
it
vulgar
was vulgar
parenting.
parenting account. All right, because I'm
Dirty.
Because I'm a bitch. I fucking roping
So
you guys into this
dirty.
shit right out of the
But,
gate.
I'm for
Alright,
it.
so-
I don't care.
I replied, at Danny Ohio, if it makes you feel better, comma, Captain opens the pod with, quote, how much do you hate yourself? And Scotty replies, a lot. And
Nailed
she liked it. She liked my reply. She hearted it in fucking Instagram.
Now,
There we go.
can we get back at her and ask if she actually listened to it? Give me a try.
You can.
Just a little bit.
I'm not knocking
Just a
on that
little
door.
tip.
Listen,
just to
yeah.
see how it feels.
Not a lot, baby girl. Just a little bit.
I know who she is, and I'm gonna let her know that we lit her up in this episode. Listen,
Listen. you should listen.
I respect the
We're
game a
funny
little bit if
people.
it
We're
wasn't 10 years. If it
entertaining.
wasn't 10 years. Bro, 10 years long.
No.
Oh, we're funny as fuck. That's why I fucking keep showing up. If this wasn't funny, I wouldn't invite you here. I'd be like, can't wait to invite my friends over to my non-funny fucking podcast.
That's right. But hey, we made it according to iTunes under the comedy section.
Yeah. We made it, baby.
We did not make it. I don't know if there's a parenting or advice section, but we definitely didn't make it there.
No one. No, we have not ranked well in the parenting podcast
It's
section.
like looking inside yourself right now, like you're trying to figure out your soul. It's okay.
No, I'm just saying we're funny. That's my point.
We hit the
Long
charts
story-
for comedy. Didn't hit the parenting charts.
No.
Shockingly.
Long story short,
I feel like the show's a put on.
girl,
All right.
2 stars.
Should she listen?
Absolutely. And give us a 5-star review. Say something hateful about Scott. And he has to read
Drop
it
it.
online.
Go listen right now. Listen right now. Listen right now. You're going at President Miller. You're gonna follow me. We're gonna get together. We're gonna interview you and Lauren just for a quick listen. Or we're gonna do something, but
On a totally different fucking podcast.
no matter what, we're gonna get together and you are gonna write a 5-star review, and you're gonna get Lauren involved.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
And then I read
Yes.
it. And I have
And
to
then
read
you
it
have
on
to
there.
read it.
And I have to read it on there.
Yes.
All right.
Those are
Okay.
the rules.
All right, fuck it.
Yep.
We made the rules. I'm going to double down on it.
All right.
Danielle and Lauren, if you write a 5-star review of the Vulgar Parenting Podcast,
Yes.
you can say whatever dog shit you want about me, and it'll be fucking published forever on iTunes. Now, this might make waves with my current wife, past friends, maybe my employer. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Now, if it's bad enough, do I have to read it?
You have to read it.
Perfect.
Yeah, actually, you get to because it's your fucking idea.
4,
Yes.
All right, we got a little countdown here. Let's get this
We
next
got
one.
like 10 seconds before you have to.
It's more like 20, but the drop is so
9,
sick.
10.
Parenting by the numbers.
If it wasn't an hour long, I would say play it again because we ruined the entire thing.
No, it was so good. Is technology making our kids fat and dumb? Some research suggests a connection between watching TV and an increased body mass index. But the numbers seem to point to this being a result of kids being exposed to food advertising, not necessarily being couch potatoes.
Right.
What is the question here?
So we all agree, right? And we've talked about this in previous podcasts. Choops, when you start having kids, you agree limiting screen time is important.
Yeah.
And you start to use it as a tool.
Unless the Bills are on. Then my kid's watching all 3.5 hours of that shit.
100%.
Even if they're losing.
3-1 right now, buddy.
Sundays, why does my daddy cry? The coloring book.
Tom Brady. No, so
He won't be in the.
That hurt me for
He will. Hopefully, he's out of the league by the
Right.
time I start having children.
yeah, that's true.
That should be your stipulation.
That's
So Amber, no kids till Tom Brady's out of the league.
Right. There
Can't
you
grow
go.
my kid in this shit.
Or at least out of my conference.
Right. So the question is, I've noticed, or before I get to the question, I've noticed a difference when my son's watching the television versus watching like his iPad or whatever Amazon Fire thing.
Sure.
And so, because when he's watching the TV, he's seeing these commercials and he's like, you know,
It's 20% commercials.
yeah, Dada, I want,
Dada,
or
yeah.
you know, or Dada, I.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And then if he sees like, you know, fucking Ronald McDonald there like winging chicken McNuggets at kids' faces, he's like,
Yeah,
I'm
wing,
hungry.
wing chicken McNuggets in my faces.
Right.
Yep.
He's hungry.
Dad,
But
Dada,
when he's on
Gaga,
that, when he's on
Gaga.
that, exactly, he calls me Gaga out there.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Gaga.
Daddy
He ain't
Gaga.
got his D's yet, but it's all good, brother.
Daddy Gaga.
You're gonna worry about dunking on folks, not outspelling people,
He's also going to box you out.
right?
He's
But-
fucking massive.
When he's on his iPad or whatever, there's no
Never run into this problem.
There's none of that shit. And so my question is, we know they're not necessarily, you know, tubby or mean or fat because they're couch potatoes, but should there be more regulations on advertisers as it relates to kids and not just toys, but like food, things of that nature? Because McDonald's has taken the steps, and I do believe they have, to cut out what they can in order to still make their food addictive, but not unhealthy. And so,
I feel like a lot of fast food's
Well,
doing that.
There's
It is.
There's a lot of points there. I think we could also talk about what's in McDonald's food. But
Deliciousness.
I
And
think
sodium.
I think back to your what I'm hearing you say is
Special sauce?
there are multiple issues that we have to like sift through as a parent because like goddamn, one, a lot of food is garbage. Two, advertising is everywhere.
Right.
You cannot escape
No,
it.
it's all
No.
And now in the last 20 years, there's more and more and more advertising specifically to kids.
Yeah.
My son could tell you the benefits of Flex Seal. Like when those 1-800 commercials hit,
Flex Seal's what your boy's going
my
for?
boy, dude, he could tell you anything. He could be like,
Young Billy Mays over here.
Sleepy Puffins. You know, I know that it only takes 8D batteries and it stores all my valuables inside of a pillow that also is a stuffed animal that I can take anywhere. It turns into a backpack. And you're like, what the fuck are you? Who left the TV on? Like, God
Right.
damn it. Like,
Right.
fuck.
Oh,
Like,
it was me.
You
Shit.
want that and I can't get it at the fucking store? I have to call a fucking 800 number? Never calling an 800 number for a fucking toy. Not put it in a store or on Amazon. Mostly Amazon. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yeah.
But yes, dude, like, that's an excellent point, though, because I don't feel as bad putting my kid on Netflix.
No.
Because there's no fucking
No
ads on
commercials.
Netflix.
Right.
There's no
or,
ads.
or if there is an ad, it's just an ad for like whatever
Netflix is
Netflix
itself.
is streaming.
Yeah.
So
It's-
if
it's
they're
a
fucking
trailer.
watching
Yeah.
Barney, here
It's a
comes a
trailer.
Chuggington trailer.
It's a trailer, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, then you, like, I throw on PBS. That's about the only station I don't feel guilty about putting on in the morning as we're all getting
Right.
up, right? And you're
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
like
Daniel
and, like,
Tiger gets
getting
on
ready.
there and he starts teaching him good shit.
Yes, and there's not a ton of
They
advertising.
don't have Frontline on in the morning, huh?
No, I don't put him in front of Charlie Rose. Shockingly, he will not sit for Charlie Rose.
Frontline's got some good shit in there.
dude, I'm pro PBS, bro. I just
No,
I
I'm
just said,
super pro PBS. I would do one of those commercials if they wanted me to.
because PBS is not full of fucking ads, and
Right.
you get your kids get shit on all day by fucking advertising. It's everywhere. It's on their cereal boxes. It's in their fucking books and comic books. It's everywhere. So, is the original question
Right.
was,
Should there be
is-
more regulation?
is technology making kids fat and dumb
Oh,
and
yeah, that's the first one.
and mean, which
Right.
is a whole other thing that we could talk
Yeah.
about. I think a lot of this is driven by advertising. I think fat and dumb, there you go. That's
Yeah.
I don't know about the mean part. That's more
I
like
don't-
social media, you know,
Social
obviously,
media and today's celebrity.
and Donald Trump. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
from the
Today's
top
celebrity.
down, from the top
Right.
down,
That's a world
People-
problem. We're all way more. mean.
everyone's mean to each other now.
Yeah.
Right.
Way more.
You
People
hide
feel
behind
like
a
they can
computer.
say fucking anything.
Well,
Behind a
it-
computer, you
again.
And
Nobody will
everyone,
say-
yeah, and everyone's behind
Nobody
a
will
computer
ever
all
look
day.
you in the eye, but behind a computer, they'll
Yeah.
say anything they want.
I know a couple people that are looking. Yeah,
can.
They're sitting at this
I just
table.
asked someone this weekend what breed their kid was because they were on a leash. I'll say what the fuck. I don't
Well,
give
no,
a
I'm
shit.
just saying. Like a couple years
Cheers to
ago,
that.
my dad and I went to Washington D.C. for like a long weekend sort of thing to like go to museums and shit like that. You know, so we're taking the subway or metro or whatever they call it there, and my dad like said something to some girl who actually happened to be from Columbus just randomly, but he's like, "You ever noticed?" Because we're sitting like kind of at the back of the car thing, and this girl just was sitting next to us. And my dad was just like, "You ever notice that nobody around here looks anybody else in the eye? Like everybody walks with their head at a 45-degree angle, just looking at the person in front of them's feet.
Right.
Like,
Well,
nobody can look at anybody in the eye, and
And-
like we're just sitting around. Like I'll size anybody up from anywhere. I don't give a shit.
I actually
but-
saw a study as to why it's the cell phones.
Yeah.
We are all trained to look down.
You're
And
trained
so
to look at your
even if we're walking to the train, we don't have our phone in our hand. More and more people, they're walking looking down because they're trained that way. But I don't care what the fuck's going on in front of me in real life. I care what's going on, in
You
the fake
okay when
life.
you
In the
catch
fake
these
life.
hands?
He doesn't care. Also, if there's a mic in front of him, he will turn to say a comment that they'll never fucking hear, and then come back to the microphone.
There you go. Because I want to look at you when I
He
say
just
it.
faced you up on a podcast.
You know what I mean?
No,
I'm the man.
I definitely know what you mean. Now,
Back to the advertisements.
you asked
Right.
a question.
How do but
do you
okay,
regulate
what's-
advertisers?
here's
as it
the
relates to
problem.
kids and food?
But what's the solution? Because these networks make money off it. That's where they make their money
Right.
is the advertising. So now you're going to sit there and
I
say,
think the solution is the parents. You can't leave it up to one. I don't want to pay government or do more government regulations.
no.
Parents should say, I will pay for Netflix. I'll pay for $8.
Right.
I will give them a non-commercial
Option.
like
as
option.
opposed to like throwing them in front of
fuck.
Nickelodeon.
Dude,
or
if I throw them in
Cartoon
front of
Network.
Nick Jr., I better be ready to go spend money every
Right.
time I leave the house.
Is it that bad? I mean, I don't
Bro,
watch
it's
Nick
ad,
Jr.
ad,
It's
ad,
bad.
ad,
and it's just
every ad is
toys
for
and
kids.
Happy Meals.
Yes, and every ad is for kids. It's a different day and era. They're not marketing to the mom anymore.
They're
Different
going
channels
straight to the
marketing to
kid.
different people, so you can really drill down on who
That
your audience
niche.
is. So it makes them want Ninja Glow bots that are now in the Happy Meal at fucking Burger King, which now comes with apples. It's so much healthier, and you're like, oh, I don't feel so bad about it. And then you're like, why am I processing this? I should probably just make my kid a fucking sandwich at home and not let him watch and play with these garbage toys and eat this garbage food and watch garbage TV.
Right.
Get involved in your kid's life, goddammit. Whoa, I'm gonna step down off my soapbox.
There you go.
Right. Because we are all guilty of being like, here, take
What do you
this.
do? But what do you do? Because I think
So-
you and I
so
do the
my-
same thing. I have the feeling, Prez, that you and I do the same thing, which is, like, how do you handle screen time?
So for me, like I said, we are all guilty of, I just really need to get this done. I really need to, I want to do this. It's not even wants really. It's mostly needs. And we all, I don't want to say abuse screen time, but we definitely use it to our advantage.
You use it to when you're overwhelmed and you got to unload groceries,
Right,
Or
yeah.
you got to
Yeah.
it's your turn to take a shower. You don't want your kid getting into the fucking drawer, taking out a fork and putting it in the goddamn outlet while
Right.
you're like trying to clean yourself. Like,
You know, if
Right.
you just got a
it's
leash
a
for your
perfect
child.
distraction.
Jesus. Right. So, so as it relates to the television, though, it's kind of hard because he definitely likes it. So he watches nothing live, and we just fast forward. I will gladly give up.
You
15
DVR, you fast forward through ads for your kids.
Yep, I will gladly
You
give up.
just sit there and
But
like,
listen,
fuck,
no,
that's
no.
amazing.
But
That's
listen,
crazy.
you got to remember my son. My son he'll watch anything for 15 minutes and he's out.
Yeah.
So a 15-minute Paw Patrol is perfect, and I will gladly give up 15 minutes of my
One
life.
episode or something, great.
Yeah.
It's the
One
fact that kids
episode
have the
and
ability
get through these
to binge
commercials.
10 and then 15 and then 20 episodes. You're like, you haven't moved in 3 hours.
Right.
Whoa.
And you just finished the full season of Game of Thrones. Like, what the hell?
Yep. Whoops. Same login, Apple TV. Thanks.
Right. So I think that as
I
it
think-
relates to the regulation
I think
question,
the Ice Princess got fucked by a dragon.
right.
Like, Lou, don't say that at school.
Right.
I don't know if that actually happened. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but it sounds like some shit I've seen people talk about.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as the
Probably.
regulations question, I would say
Sounds right.
maybe you have to code it by time. So like no food commercials in the morning. Done. No food commercials from 3 to 6, 3 to 4, 3 to 5. What after school? Done.
Ooh,
And-
you like the timing rules. The
yeah,
timing
well, because again,
regulations.
you're right, if they're out to school,
Yeah, but then
you
at
know,
that point, you're just going to get toys.
yeah.
and
now you're
that's
gonna wanna
fine.
buy
But that's fine though,
Batman
because at the end of the
action
day, all
figures.
kids know they're not going to get everything. My son says, "I want for every commercial."
Y'all,
He ain't get everything.
You know, our kids get fucking everything.
They get a lot, but they don't get everything.
Our kids are fucking spoiled. Speaking of spoiling our kids, hey, by the way, excellent point. I like that though about timing though.
Peak timing.
Peak timing.
Yeah.
All right, so I know the FCC's listening to this shit.
They should.
Take some fucking notes,
Bomb, bomb,
FCC.
bomb, 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 bomb.
Is that a Bob Ram?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. On that note.
You are the vulgar parent of the week.
This week's Vulgar Parent of the Week is brought to you by romantic suspense and mystery novelist Deborah Gaskill, whose latest novel, Kissing Fits, is available now on Amazon and at DeborahGaskillNovels.com. In the fourth installment of her Fits series, a woman is found shot dead on her couch. A mayor with something to hide on the side. These two cases take a surprising turn in the next Fits detective novel, Kissing Fits. Available now on Amazon.com and at DeborahGaskillNovels.com. Please be sure to mention you heard about this on the Vulgar Parenting Podcast. This week's nominations, we got 3 doozies, and we are starting off with a bona fide legend.
This is a good one.
Ooh, this comes to us from the Miami Herald. Not a shock there. Here we go. Mom was caught in an affair with her son-in-law. Then she tried to flatten him, cops say. I was like, what? I had to ask Coach Choops, who I ask a lot of questions because he's my life coach, to like give me the synopsis of this one because it was so weirdly written. So Choops, help me out here. Kathleen Regina Davis.
Yes. So Kathleen was sleeping with her son-in-law. So her
Okay. Her
daughter's husband.
Apparently is dope.
Apparently,
Shout out.
all the
Nice.
Davis lady
Wow,
loves
okay.
this man.
Good
so
for you, dude. Yeah, you guys have a type.
that's right, this guy. So he, I don't think it really says how long the affair was going on, but he told his wife and said, "Hey, by the way, I've been sleeping with your mother."
Okay,
Fail.
okay. Let's pause there.
Is that what happened with you and Lord?
Is clapping an answer? I don't
Nailed
get
it. No, listen.
All right. So husband sleeping with mother-in-law tells his wife which then it says in the article, it says that it basically ruined all of the relationships.
Okay, so
ruins the relationship with him and his wife, ruins the relationship with him and his
shockingly this goes
mother-in-law,
bad.
and it ruins the relationship between the mother and daughter.
So his
Mom-
decision to tell his wife that he's sleeping with her mom doesn't go well.
Doesn't go well. No. So then mom gets mad at him for ruining her relationship with her daughter
Yeah, this is your fault, dude.
and then tries to run him over with a car.
This is
Nails it.
Oh my god, dude.
So police say Davis,
Palm
58,
Beach
tried to
Gardens
run
drama.
over the man,
I love
her
it.
son-in-law, with her black Mercedes after throwing
Dude.
eggs at his house and cars and doing donuts in his yard with her vehicle.
I guarantee
As she
you.
drove in circles, she aimed at 33-year-old Michael Sierra or whatever.
I guarantee you, I would bet the rent this woman has seen every episode of every season of Desperate Housewives.
Probably.
Both of these
Yeah,
moves
she's a
are
candidate.
taken.
She definitely looks like a candidate for like
Both of them,
a low rent Miami day.
dude. Oh, she's pretty too.
Yeah, she's not an unattractive mom.
Dude, at 58? Get the fuck. That's amazing.
But
She's
anyway.
like, I can't believe she's almost 60. One, you're 60 years old and you're pulling a 33-year-old. Okay. That's
Cool for you.
bravo.
Yeah.
Good for you.
The thing that I find crazy.
But it's what? Oh, what is the thing you find crazy about this? Not the
Yeah.
attempted murder.
Not,
Not
the
the.
sleeping with your daughter's husband.
Is that in-law incest? What is that?
I don't even know
think
what
that's-
that is.
I don't think there's anything technically illegal. I think
it's
it's
just called
a morally.
You're outside of that third cousin.
It's called Florida.
That's true. No, is that like every relationship, not just marriages, but individual relationships with one another. All but one, obviously, husband and or father and daughter.
Yeah.
You know, but regardless, everything else is just done.
Dude.
Yeah. No.
Dude.
Daughter ain't talking to mom.
Let me.
Daughter and
Yeah.
husband in the article say they're going through a divorce. Like everything. went
Everything's
bad.
done. Let me recap this vulgar parent of the week. Let's recap her candidacy. She not only slept with her
Daughter's husband.
daughter's husband, she also then tried to murder him when he told the truth.
Yes.
Listen,
Oh wow. Okay, let's move on. That's amazing. But you think it can't be beat? It might be.
Just
here's
wait.
another candidate. WWE wrestling legend asks Facebook and the fans of it on social media if it's okay to have sex with his quote daughter. Now this isn't just any WWE legend. This is Shawn Michaels.
It's Shawn Michaels' tag team partner.
Oh, it's his tag team partner.
Yes.
Okay.
who are
By
these
the way,
people?
Shawn Michaels right now very upset that his name is being dragged into this.
Like, wait a minute.
Oh, skirt. Hold the phone. Like, what the fuck?
Because of what you
Yeah,
just did.
What am I? No, because I'm sure many people. His name leads it.
Right.
His name is the first name in the article.
Who are they though? Were they
Marty
like
Jannetty and Shawn Michaels? They were the hitmen. What the fuck were they called? They were known as Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels, they were like,
No, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know.
it was Shawn Michaels.
Marty Jannetty, whatever. It doesn't matter what his wrestling name was.
Either way.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes here.
Somehow that part doesn't matter. Like his whole claim to fame, which should be the biggest, input, is it's not that. It's the fact that he took to social media and asked his fans if
he
it's,
can
quote,
sleep with his
okay to
daughter.
sex with his, quote, daughter after discovering she was not his biological child. So the controversy began when Marty Jannetty, 57, allegedly took his Facebook page last month to seek help over his family dilemma. Oh my God. It's since been deleted from his timeline. He wrote, quote, the girl who appears to be in her 20s, quote, just did a DNA test.
Just
Shout
read
out,
the
23andme.com.
no, just read read his actual Facebook
Yeah.
quote, but don't make it sound normal. You have to read it exactly as he typed it up.
Just did my DNA test. She's not my daughter.
I'm talking about the whole thing.
Where's the
Scroll
whole
down
thing?
a little bit. Scroll
If
down a
you
little
loves
bit.
Are
me,
we even in the same fucking article? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't
If-
tell me to read what I'm not looking. Oh, here it is.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Here we go. Marty Jannetty posted 2 hours ago, according to the screen cap. If you loves me as much as I loves you, you will give your opinion. Just did DNA 2 weeks ago.
that means not just did.
She's not my daughter. We both held out of sex because you don't do that. But now that we ain't, from a guy's side, she's hot, but she's been daughter. I want to too, but can't get past that. Oh my fucking Lord, dude. That's what the dude. And then he posts a photo of her like that should sway his
Yeah,
social
like-
media. Like, guys,
I mean,
I'm serious.
I was gonna
I'm
say
serious,
no,
she is.
but I saw the
She's pretty
picture.
hot. She's pretty hot.
Yeah.
She ain't bad looking.
She ain't bad looking at
She's
all.
a beautiful woman.
But-
Absolutely. Beautiful young woman
wait,
for a
wait, wait.
57-year-old
We-
ex-wrestling suitor.
We both held out of sex.
Meaning
which
this
means
has already come
they,
up.
They've
Yeah.
Yes.
She is
and
DTF.
they've done other things.
Oh, yeah. Like, they have taken a flight on Ryanair.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And she's got like pretty nice obliques. I mean, she looks like she gets into it.
Obliques.
But anyway, you know, I don't know.
Run with it.
Run with it.
Keep
Hey.
going.
But anyway, she's
I'm
you know
sure
like
they're in the gym together. He's a
but-
fucking wrestler.
regardless, like what? She,
This is fucking mind-blowing. Listen, okay, first off, Woody Allen of the wrestling world. Like, if she was once your fucking daughter, how the fuck do you flip on that later just because she's hot? You got serious problems, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's your daughter. Listen, I realize I'm the only motherfucker at the table with a daughter. God bless me. Maybe it's a curse from
It
my
does
past
say
sins.
that she
but I'm just
came
saying.
into his life in 2014, so it's only been 3 years that he's known for her to be his daughter.
Maybe then maybe he got fucking catfished into a weird bride situation where she takes all of his wrestling money, you know?
I don't know.
Either way, you don't put a poll on fucking Facebook.
To sleep with your daughter.
What the fuck? That's like the craziest thing ever.
Crazy Marty over here.
Oh, crazy Marty. All right, and our third and final, again, well, I mean, it's really hard to follow up, but these parents in Cincinnati, Ohio, what's up, Cincy? The Big Red Machine here, they're going to try and give them a run for their money. All right, so the long story short, it was two parents of Pleasant Hill Academy students were arrested Wednesday afternoon amid pouring rain and terrified children's screams after police said they threatened a school bus driver with a gun. Love that they followed this amazing quote. I don't want to get up on that bus tomorrow, sixth grader Nakel Shore said later that night. So, here's how this went down, right? Two kids get in a fist fight on the bus, right? School bus, right?
Sounds about right.
Sounds right. Totally is right.
Nasty and Natty.
Per protocol, per Ohio protocol, when kids start fighting on your bus, you cannot just keep driving. You have to stop the bus, right? That
Fair.
policy makes sense.
Yeah.
Bus pulls over. Other kids on the bus have cell phones. They call their parents. Hey, we're on the bus. There's a fight going down. The bus driver stopped. This is where I am. This is where we are.
Cool.
Cincinnati parents of Pleasant Hill Academy began showing up in mass.
But Pleasant Hill Academy, that sounds like a nice, friendly place.
It really does. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure property values are high. I don't
So
fucking know.
what do the parents of Pleasant Hill Valley or
Okay. So, driver pulled over and called police. Said bus drivers are trained to do that. After a fight, kids call the parents. By the time that many parents arrived, they're standing outside in the rain. So now people are pissed, right? You cannot be happy about this. All the parents are sure. You have to imagine What the fuck is going on? Why the fuck do I have to drive? I pay taxes to the bus, brings the kid to my house. I'm not putting up with this shit, and now I'm in the fucking rain. Two parents.
Get back in your car.
Mad. Take it a step further. One suspect quoted as yelling as press was there, quote, "These motherfuckers said I had a gun pointed at the bus driver." Two men were charged pulling a gun on the driver of the bus during a middle school fight.
Middle school
Fight.
How much damage can these middle schoolers really do to one
That's
another?
my point, dude. You got grown-ass men at 17, 18, 19 years old fighting in high school. That's one thing.
Yeah.
These
But some like
sixth
13-year-olds, like, boy, you don't even got like
if they're that scary,
pre-puberty. Like,
maybe
you
I should
ain't-
play for Urban.
Yeah.
But like, dude, they pulled two guns. They pulled
Two
guns.
guys pulled guns.
Two guys pulled guns
On the
a
bus driver.
On a fucking bus driver at a middle school fight.
But in their defense, like if they're there, like, hey man, like I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm here. Like let little Charlie get off the bus, so I'll just take him home from here.
Yeah.
I mean, it does say that someone punched this boy, and then everyone jumped in punching this one boy. Like this one kid was.
So maybe maybe they are
So
the vulgar
they're
parent
thinking-
of the week because they're like, nah, my kid's getting stomped.
right.
I'm pulling a gun. And
Yeah.
I'll flash it at anybody. Get the fuck off my kid.
Right. And so not to say you should ever do that, but I can understand if that's the case. You know, I'm
Yeah,
just
but
trying
if
to.
one kid's getting hit, there's two dads there pulling guns. Both their kids aren't the ones getting their ass beat.
You're not calling me up. You're not calling him up. Hey, that's the.
I would like to think that I could handle myself around a bunch of 13-year-olds.
That was my point too, though. I was like, dude, this ain't a fucking high school fight.
No.
Like a high school fight is just like half a
They
step
can have some
under
size.
a grown ass fight. These are
Yeah.
sixth graders. Fucking.
Yeah.
Like the kid in the picture looks like if I yelled at him too loud, he would piss himself. Like these kids are not fucking big.
No.
You know, like let's everybody take a fucking break with the guns, okay? Then the bus driver said that the guy pointed the gun at him. What are you fucking jack off? What the fuck are you doing?
Well, and I feel like if you sit there and like go up like, hey, like my parents called or my kid called, do you need any help? A, and B, cool if I just take him. Like I'm here, I drove here to pick him up. Like let me just get the kid, and it's one less stop you have to make. Like,
Yeah.
boom, problem solved. Like I feel like you don't need to pull the gun out. What do I know?
Exactly. All right.
Next step would be
Unless
pull the
that
gun.
bus driver's like, no, we're going to keep kicking your kid's ass.
All right. Well,
Maybe
then,
the bus
yeah, then
driver
the
tried
gun.
to fucking roll on him. He had to fucking, and it was just everybody. It was a pack of fucking wild middle schoolers and a bus driver trying to beat him. And
Maybe
his kid
that
up.
dude was his in-law he was sleeping with, got told on, and then he tried to run him over like that chick.
should have been fucking Snapchatting it the whole fucking time. You know,
Just saying.
proving yourself right.
Fucking flutes.
All right, 3 fucking amazing candidates this week. I'm gonna be the final vote again this week because I feel
You gonna
like
go for it.
yeah, it's been a while. You know what? Nope, I'm going first. Fuck that. I don't like being the fucking judge, jury, and executioner here. Let me give you the recap. First off, I'm
All
gonna
right.
be the goddamn court reporter. Here we go. First off, the Jupiter woman who tried to run over her son-in-law for telling the truth about their
Snitching.
affair. Stop snitching. The hot 58-year-old who doesn't like snitch lovers.
That's right.
I kind of get it. 2, WWE legend, which quote unquote legend,
Yeah.
who takes to social media to ask his followers if he should sleep with a young woman he's been raising as his daughter for the last couple years, or thought it was his daughter
Yeah.
for the last couple years.
They just need to go the Hulk Hogan route.
Well, he it said he moved to New Jersey where she lived to be like close and like build a relationship with her.
3, Cincinnati parents that pull a fucking gun
On a bus driver.
on a bus driver. All right, I'm going to vote first, and then I'm going to kick it over to Choopsies,
Cool.
Coach Choops, and then Perez, you're going to be the judge. Here we go.
If we need one.
All right. I'm not going to lie, dude. Right out of the gate, I'm all about Kathleen Regina Davis. She's a beautiful woman. She's a mature woman. She's obviously not being loved at home. Something's happening there.
Well, she is, though.
She
She was getting some.
that
It got
ain't
cut
their
off.
home. That ain't his home. That ain't the boy's home.
No.
He's 33
Listen,
33
their family, you're always home.
I'm saying, so she made him at home too. She made him that after work sandwich.
Mom, meatloaf.
Mom, meatloaf. She shows up with something different. What's
Hey,
up? I'm your mother-in-law. So I'm saying she's a lonely lady. She's a beautiful lady. She's obviously my vulgar parent of the week because she not only tried to screw over her fucking daughter twice. It's like she fucked over her daughter twice. She ruined their relationship and then she tried to murder the dude. Amazing.
Well, they're going through a divorce, so I doubt she cares all that much. But
there it is.
Still the
very
father
vulgar
of the child.
parent. Very vulgar parent.
Choops, who you got?
I was a little torn between Kathleen and Marty, and I think just for grammar purposes, I'm gonna have to go with Marty.
Ooh.
I think
Wow.
I don't know,
Just because of the bad grammar.
But well, let's be
I
honest
want
here.
to
It's a simple
but
fact.
can't get past that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one thing to just sit there and be like, well, this girl, she's not my daughter now, and she's hot. You know, we've built this relationship, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that you're going to take it to Facebook and, like, I'm just going to air out both of our dirty laundry, and I doubt this girl had any idea this dude was doing it. Like,
Right, like he's like, I'm going to ruin both our lives before we fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, clearly.
But then setting, oh shit, he's genius, because then he sets the stage. We're together on this.
But we're together on
You
this.
come in.
Yeah.
So
I've already fucked her up.
right.
No,
No
but
one else
now-
wants you but me.
but now
No
I
one
need-
else will ever love you like me because of this.
But now I need to fuck you up
It's just
internationally on live.
Right.
Creepy. It's just
It's
creepy.
Such a good candidate. All right,
Marty is my vulgar parent of the week.
Prez, who you got?
It's a tough decision. It's a tough call. You know, I could go the 33% route, but I'm not going to. As much as it pains me to ever agree with the butt box, I gotta go.
Butt box.
I gotta go. Boom box.
He used to call me butt box
I used
when he would shit talk me in fantasy football like 10 years ago. I haven't heard that shit in forever. What's up? This is the fucking league up in this bitch?
That's right. No, I gotta go. I gotta go with the affair, man. Just because she tried to axe him.
Yeah,
you know.
you tried to murder your daughter's husband.
Right. Like,
Whoa. That's a little
a
bit.
classic case of blaming someone other than yourself. You know.
It's fair.
All right, listen,
Not to
I'm
mention
gonna
that
tell you,
Marty's not the parent, so he doesn't qualify for me.
Kathleen Regina Davis of Florida. If you want to tell your side of the story, you're welcome here. But before we do that, congratulations.
You are the vulgar parent of the week. Oh man, this is vulgar parent of the week.
Wow. Excellent show this week. We're going to get to a final piece. I love you fellas. It's been a hell of a show. But I want everyone
As always.
I want everyone to be safe out there. So let's get to it. Let's
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap It Up is brought to you by CondomDepot.com. If you're not yet ready to become another vulgar parent, visit CondomDepot.com for a great selection at affordable prices, plus free and discreet shipping. That's CondomDepot.com. All right, let's wrap it up. New word from Crayola. Crayola this week. And that big old 64 box, and that mega 64 box with the built-in sharpener. They took away one of my favorite goddamn colors, periwinkle.
What?
Periwinkle?
They took it away?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Periwinkle blue is a set, powder blue, a little gray to it.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I know the color. Yeah.
Took it away, replaced it. They put together some social media hype bullshit
Right.
where they allowed fans of Crayola to submit their a name for what this color blue could be called. Then there was an online vote. Out of 90 submissions, Bluetiful. Let me say that again. Bluetiful.
A fake word.
Bluetiful won. It's the color blue mixed with beautiful.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I don't.
And parents are mad about it.
Parents are pissed. Which
Because it's
again.
not a real word.
And just like in the 2016 election, I'm like, where were you at the voting booth, bitch? If you
Right.
didn't vote, shut the fuck up.
Right.
But they're mad because it's not a real word, which is ridiculous.
I get it.
It's clever.
Yeah.
Who's mad about clever?
You think the
You're
names?
making shit up?
You think the names of all your kids' favorite characters on fucking cartoons? You think those are all real names that
You
aren't
think
fucking made up?
Teletubbies that were in the dictionary before?
Hell no, it wasn't.
They made
No.
that shit up.
No. I don't understand the outrage. The outrage to me should be, what the hell do you care? When was the last time you didn't fucking inundate your kid with screen time and you actually gave him crayons? When was the last time you bought crayons?
Right. I don't know. I'm just gonna.
Miller's just mad because it was his favorite color.
I didn't mean to wake you up with this article.
I just want to say this about this particular.
He's crying right now because he
up.
literally just heard about Tom Petty. He got totally distracted.
Yeah. I'm angry because why? First off, the name Periwinkle is fucking dope. That's just a dope word.
It is a dope name.
It was anyway,
the dopest. Why would you take that one away?
Right. Because I feel like that drew you to that color. You know what I mean?
Dude, Periwinkle's the dopest shit.
Yeah, but I remember back in the day, like they did this before, and there was a yellow color called mac and cheese.
Right, which is fine.
How is that fine and Bluetiful isn't? Bluetiful's so much more original than mac and cheese.
But what I think is funny is that Crayola. I'm assuming this massive. Everyone has.
Everybody
Crayola.
has Crayola.
90
what?
marketing fail. 90 submissions. You're expecting 90,000, 900,000.
Oh, there's only 90 fucking.
You got
submissions.
90 submissions. Your marketing team sucks.
Oh, it's pretty obvious that after all of this,
Or maybe you just could vote between 90 of them, and there was more than I don't know.
I don't know. All
Alright.
maybe a lot of them were like Crayon McCrayon face.
Yeah.
They had to edit them down to 90.
2017.
Well,
That's what you get.
I really think that you guys are Bluetiful.
Thanks.
In
I
my
appreciate
hearts.
that.
suck it.
I was more appreciative. You're welcome.
That was really good. I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
I think you did a great job this week. All right, we're gonna give these final shout outs. It's been a long week.
Yep.
President Miller.
Yep. Quick shout out. Rest in peace, Tom Petty.
Tom Petty, baby.
We all love music, and regardless of our taste, hopefully everyone can agree on. Right. His contribution to the idea, the way you can live your life, the way you can love your life, and you don't have to necessarily be a bad boy to enjoy like weed. You can just be a normal dude. You don't have to be this like fucking eccentric crazy guy. But anyway,
He was also like sweetly he was quietly cocky, which I
Exactly,
really appreciate. He was so cocky,
Right.
but he didn't
Loved
talk
it.
a lot of shit.
so
He just acted. He just lived it.
I mean, he was huge in my
Lived your
life.
life.
Like, I dare to say, he's huge to a lot of people's life, and so we appreciate your music and your inspiration. And rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace, Tom Petty. Prez, tell them where they can hit you up at.
President Miller on everything except for Facebook, because fuck that.
Facebook sucks.
Yep.
The life coach, Coach
What's
Choops.
up?
Any final plugs as we get this week under wraps?
Well, I'm going to plug myself first.
Get
R
it.
Choops on Instagram.
Never
Ryan
forgets.
C. Life Coach
Never
on
forgets.
Twitter.
My man.
And then I'm just going to give a shout out to Vegas. You might as well.
Yeah, that's
Fucked
good.
up. People
Yeah.
are fucking crazy.
Another
I don't know the
crazy,
solution,
huge
but we
violence.
need to figure one out because it's getting ridiculous. Like, if somebody pisses you off, you want to go kill them, that's cool, whatever. But you don't need to just be killing people just because they're out and about and they're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
In
Like,
more classic Choops advice, he says, first, murder's okay
yeah,
if it's specific and someone deserves it.
absolutely.
Right.
But this unjust.
No, but that's
Don't
the
take
thing is, like,
innocence. Don't take
if you,
innocence.
yeah, no, absolutely. Like
Shit was the
if
craziest
we
shit.
get into a fight and I pull out a gun and shoot you, like you shouldn't have been fighting me.
Dude, I'll tell you what, though. They're like, oh my God, who would have thought of this? And I'm like, every fucking Jason Bourne movie ever? Like,
Yeah.
every... What?
Right.
Anyways, I don't want to get into the specifics of it.
Yeah, but
definitely
when
wanna
you sit there and say it's
put the
the
focus
largest
on
mass
these
shooting
people
in American history,
Came together for music again.
yeah, like and there's like
to
you're
have a
seeing
good
it. There's people
time
from all over the
all over
like,
the world. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
different
Vegas.
countries.
It's
yeah.
Vegas, right?
Absolutely. But you in 2017, you should have never be afraid to walk down the street or do anything, and some one guy's had a bad day and it's going to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah. Shout out to Vegas and all the victims there. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up here.
Perfect.
The Vulgar Parenting Podcast. Thank you for listening. Subscribe now on iTunes. Give us that 5-star rating, just like we proved. We will read it on air, no matter what it says. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/thevppodcast. Follow us on both Twitter and Instagram at Vulgar Parenting. Email the show, vulgarparenting@gmail.com. And of course, check out everything we do at vulgarparenting.com. Good to see you, fellas. Peace.
Later.